Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and this is a quick features overview of the LE Eco Li 1S smartphone. The smartphone was recently launched in India for 10,999 rupees and is available exclusively on Flipkart. So kicking things off, the metal unibody is breathtakingly sturdy and made for perfection with aircraft-grade aluminum, which makes it solid and reliable. The CNC processing duration of 3300S is exquisitely crafted for a seamless experience as a whole. Furthermore, the LE Eco Li 1S claims possibly to be the world's only metal unibody phone featuring a screwless industrial design, leaving no traces of the industrial assembling on the design. Coming to the specifications of the smartphone, it has a 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display and is powered by an octa-core 2.2 GHz 64-bit Helio X10 chipset with 3 GB of RAM and the PowerVR G6200 GPU. It has 32 GB of built-in storage and a 3000 mAh battery powers the entire package. The battery is not removable, and that is because the smartphone has an all-alloy unibody metal design. Coming to the port placement, of course, you have the power button and the volume rocker on the right, which is quite conveniently located, and the 5.5-inch form factor is great for single-handed operations. You can reach all parts of the display seamlessly. At the bottom, you have the speaker grills and a USB Type-C port. On the left, you have the SIM card housing, and at the back you have the fingerprint sensor as well. You also have a 13 megapixel rear camera with face detection, autofocus, and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. The rear camera is accompanied by a flash as well. Moving to the top, you have the headphones jack and an IR blaster, and the smartphone is available in the gold color only as of now. The build of the smartphone for its price point is extremely good. It's a very well built smartphone, and from the minute you hold it in your hands, you will feel it. The 5.5-inch form factor is compact enough for your operations as well. Now below the display, we have the back, the home, and the multitasking button. Now when I press the multitasking button, the interface changed, and we will get to that in a little bit. This is of course because of the user interface that's on the smartphone. Coming to the operating system, it's running on Android Lollipop but has the EUI 5.5 skinned on it. So speaking of the UI, now as you can see, there is no app drawer. All the apps are neatly listed on the home screen, and if you want to change the wallpaper, you can long press the home screen and you have access to the wallpaper, the theme, or the widgets that you can change with absolute ease. As always, you have the drop down notification on the top, which gives you the date and the time, and it's a relatively clean interface. As you can see, there are no shortcuts available out here. You have a button to dismiss all the notifications, and of course you have a settings option out here, but this doesn't take you into the system settings. It takes you into a notification settings screen, which gives you access to the notifications, their priority, and a few other settings related to the notifications. Now coming back to the multitasking button at the bottom, as you can see, you have all the apps that are currently running, and you can see the amount of memory they're using as well. You also have a bunch of shortcuts out here, which include the Wi-Fi, data, auto rotate, airplane mode, and you can swipe to see more. And you also have the ability to sort them based on which one you want on priority. It's as simple as clicking on the particular feature and dragging. You also have the option, as you can see out here, it says access on lock screen, so you can actually access this when the smartphone is locked. So if we just lock the smartphone and press the multitasking button on the lock screen, the interface has changed. It's more of a pull up from the bottom, and you have your bunch of shortcuts for the music controls, flashlight, shortcut to apps like the calculator, camera, and of course the functions at the bottom. Now coming back to the settings of the device, you have an IR blaster like we showed you, and this is really handy if you want to control your television at home. You have an app called Remote Control out here, which you can click, and as you can see, you have the ability to connect your LE TV's television if you have an LE TV via Wi-Fi. It also says you can connect your smartphone and TV to the same Wi-Fi for a more complete experience. So of course, if you have a smart TV, the interface will be different. But let's say if you have other devices, you can also use this with them. So as you can see, you have televisions, air conditioners, projectors, and universal remotes. It's a fairly simple layout, and if you want to search for your particular brand of TV, you can just go through the list, which is quite a large list, and find the exact TV model that you are looking for, and the setup process is fairly simple. Universal Remote app is always appreciated because you never know when your remote control is going to run out of battery. Like we said, the smartphone has a 13 megapixel camera at the back, and the interface is fairly standard, what we've expected. You can simply open the camera app and swipe to go into video, swipe to go into slow-mo, and swipe on the other side to get into a panorama shot. Speaking of videos, the smartphone has the ability to shoot videos in a bunch of resolutions. You have 4K and 16:9, 1080p, 720p, and 480p depending on what you want to shoot. Now coming to the photos themselves, the camera works quite seamlessly. You just tap to focus and click, and there you have it. The photo is there for your viewing pleasure. The camera is quite swift, fast, and it takes pictures quite well, as you can see out here. And then we have the front-facing camera, which will of course help you take a few great selfies. Now, as we've said, the smartphone has a fingerprint sensor at the back, and setting it up is fairly easy. You just go into settings, and under personal you will find fingerprints, and you can customize of course the settings of the fingerprint and add a fingerprint. You can also have a passcode which will be linked to the fingerprint, and you can simply place your finger at the back, and as you can see, the registration process is fairly simple. You have to keep tapping your finger a bunch of times in a bunch of different angles so that your finger is easily recognizable even if you tap it a little from the side and if you want to unlock it. Coming to the battery of the smartphone, the Li 1S has a 3000 mAh battery, which the company claims can last for up to 2 to 3 days of use, which is of course great considering battery life is one of the most important things on a smartphone. Now, since LE Eco is a new brand that has entered India, the company says that they have an extensive network of 555 exclusive service centers across India. And LE Eco has emphasized its commitment to consumer services and ensured that customer service centers are accessible to customers. If they have an issue with the smartphone, they can visit one of these 555 service centers to check their smartphone. So there you have it. That was a quick overview of the LE Eco Li 1S, a smartphone priced at 10,999 rupees. It is available exclusively on Flipkart. It has a great unibody metal design, and it fits well in your hand, especially since the edges are rounded for a good typing experience. We'll just show you the keyboard as well. So if you're typing a message, the keyboard layout is comfortable, and the phone's form factor is great for a long typing experience. As we've mentioned, the UI is slightly different. That is because of LE Eco's own user interface skinned on the operating system, and you have a multitasking menu combined with a bunch of shortcuts. That was a quick features and specifications overview of the LE Eco Li 1S smartphone.